If you are following my channel, you know my last project is to repair this McCormack amplifier. And to repair this McCormack amplifier is quite difficult to test it because it has 3 different power supplies. So in this case, to limit the current separately, I need 3 bench power supplies and not a normal power supply, a dual rails. And those ones are not really cheap. And today I'm gonna build a dimbulb. It will gonna help me cheaper to limit the current on this amplifier. And to build a dimbulb we need a bulb, so this is 150 watts, and in my case I'm gonna build that I can use 2, and when you want just one single 150 watts, and I can put it on parallel to also have 300 watts dim bulb. Then next item that we need, I'm pretty sure everyone in the house has an old extension lead, so just chop it and I'll show you later on in the video how to connect those. Then we have dimbulb sockets and the box to put everything together. And if you want to understand how a dimbulb works, you need to know the basic electronics, actually the Ohm law. So let's first drawing a bit the diagram how this it will gonna work. So we have the live and we have the neutral that comes from the main wall socket. Then we get the live that we're gonna pass through our bulb. So I'm gonna draw a bulb over here, and it will gonna be in series with our load. So I'm gonna mark it as a resistor, our load. So practically, if you know the Ohm law, the bulb inside has a filament, right? And this filament has a resistor. Our load has also a resistor, so this one we're gonna limit the current on this point, depend of how many ohms or how many value resistor have this load. If this load, let's say, is shorted, definitely we're gonna take all the current the bulb. If this resistance is higher than the bulb, definitely we're gonna pass all the current through this one, limiting the current in accordance with how many ohms have the bulb. And now that we know the diagram, how to connect it, and we know how that works, let's start building. So definitely you need to do some holes on your box in order that you can mount it and pass the wires through there, and also to make holes from where to get this extension lead. So I'm gonna start inserting this cable through these holes on my box to have the extension lead already pass it through these holes. So I drill them almost fit, so it will gonna be a little bit hard to pass it in, but at the end should pass it. So this one is already in. Alright, so let's bring it more like that. We have some more cable. Let's add also the other end through that the other hole. So I'm gonna do it a simple one like that, how I draw it on the schematic, but I order some switches and I order also a power meter that further on the way I'm gonna add to this one. So stay tuned, please subscribe, activate notification bell. I'm gonna show you in another video how to install the switch, what to do with the switch, because we can bypass the bulb and we can leave it with the bulb continuously. So once these one are passed, so we need to put these two in parallel, and then as these ones are in parallel, then in series with our one line. So this is the line that it will gonna be in series. So in order to do that one, I need first to connect the blue together with one of these ends over here. and we are going to feed it through this hole, and we are going to connect in one end of this socket. Let me get my screwdriver, so handy. I have all types of screws over here, and as I say, we need to install it in one end. So I'm gonna undo that one. I'm gonna feed it in over there, make sure it's all the way in, and tight it. Right. Then from the other end we are going same to get in line with the other one, like so. Which one is a bit longer than these two? I think this one. And we are going same to feed through the hole over here and undo this screw, and feed it over there. Make sure it's all the way in, and once it's all the way in, we are going to tight. Right, once this one is secure, we can start now to secure the first socket to the box. So I prepare some screws over here, bolt and nuts, and I need to change my screwdriver to a Phillips one, so I have a Phillips over here. And let's put this one in over there, like so. Hold it in place, put the washer, put the nut. Don't tighten it yet because you need to align also the second hole. So another pair of these ones, and you go to feed it in. You hold it in place, put the washer, put the nut, and now we can tighten this one. So this one is alright, and we can see that is in series with our blue cable that comes from this end to this end. We're gonna also measure with the multimeter later on. Then we need to feed these two through this hole over here, and we need to connect this one to the second socket, because I say I'm gonna have two in parallel, and then if I want to use only one bulb, I remove one. Here we are doing the same. I think I can use also the Phillips one, yeah. And we are going to connect also here. So push it in, tight the screw down, open also the other screw, push it in, and tie the screw down. As secure. We are doing the same process over here to fix our socket to the box. So it's not a magnetic one, so I need to just try to push it in like so. Hold in place, same. See? To secure that one and the nut. Same, don't tighten it, just only screw it a bit, because you need to align again the second hole. So the hole is aligned. I'm going to feed it in. It's not properly fit in. Now it's fit in. I'm going to put washer and the nut. And now we can tight, proper tight. Alright, so now for this to connect the earth and the other, I'm gonna use one of this connector. So I need just to undo the screw over here. And I'm gonna pass through these two. Tight. Put also the earth. And tight also this one. Now in the other end, make sure you keep the colors to the right place. Don't invert them, so keep the brown to the brown and the earth to the earth, because the yellow and green is always earth. So the brown goes to the brown straight over there, and we can tie this one. And we are going to add also here the earth. Alright, once are secured, now we can pull back a bit the cables somewhere there. I can put some zip ties around this one, but I don't have handy right now, so I'm gonna put it when I'm gonna make it final build with the switch and with the power meter that I say. And now let's do two measurements to make sure that everything working how should. And now you can see it's really simple to build one, doesn't need too much knowledge. As I say, how it basically work as an ohm law, the resistor divider that limit the current in that dividing point between the load and the dim bulb. So I have my multimeter in continuity mode, so I can see there is a beep over there. And let's measure. So 1, I should have continuity between this point over here to one of these point over here. So this is not the one, so let's see, should be ending over here. Yeah, and on the other side of the LED, the bulb, we don't have continuity. So if I go to the other side, I should be continuity with one of these ones, see? And then the other one, I should have continuity until here. So you can see is in series with only one line, how I draw it on the schematic. Then everything working how should, and I could put this one in the box, and I can tie the screws. Okay, so I need to adjust a bit these wires. And I should go X. Right, so here I put a masking tape because I need them to draw where I'm gonna put the switch, and it will gonna be a power meter somewhere over there with the display that show me how many amps is drawing our load. And this one it will gonna be in another video because I don't have them yet, are on the way from China, from AliExpress. So yeah, we need to wait. When we're gonna receive those one, I'm gonna do a revisit video on this one to build it proper. So I need to build it now quick, because like that, as soon as I have a little time, I can carry on testing the McCormack amplifier, because I can say that is almost fixed, because the power supply on that board that I fixed on my previous video, I'm gonna put it over here. Go and watch it. Everything was working fine after I changed lots of transistors and a lots of diodes and LEDs on that board. And as I say, in order to test with the main transformer, I need to limit the current, because I don't want something to go bang. So in order to avoid that one, as I say, I could do it only if I have more bench power supplies, but are expensive and I don't have them. Alright, so this is built, and now let's see a bit how many ohms have one bulb. So if you want to build one like that, please take in consideration you cannot use those LED bulbs, because you need to have the old school bulbs, the one with the filament inside. Yeah, let me show you what I mean. So yeah, you need these old school bulbs in order to create the dim bulb. So you cannot use a LED one. You need those one with this kind of filament, because the one with the LEDs, they don't have they don't act as a resistor. So this one, let me put on resistor mode, and let's measure the resistance of this this bulb, because like that you're gonna understand that this one can limit the current. So you can see one bulb have 22 ohms. So these 22 ohms, because also have a really higher power rating, 150 watts, can limit a lot of current in order to don't blow up your amplifier or whatever you connected to it. So now I'm gonna put it over here, and now if I measure between one point to this end, I should measure the resistance of this bulb. So let's find out which one was the point. So if I press that and I touch over there, let's have a look. Is this side, is this side? I'm not touching. Definitely I can't touch inside there. Yeah, it went outside. Let me try to fix this one better. So pressing on this one, I can see there the copper wire, and I need to understand which one is which. So this one is neither one or neither two. What's going on over here? I have some issues over here on measuring this. Did the bulb fit properly in? Yeah, the bulb is in. Here we go. So this is our bulb, 25 ohms. It was 22 plus with a little bit of wire around. This is our bulb, because with this one doesn't do nothing. And if I move to this one, I'm gonna have a continuity path. I need again to use this one to press the secure. So now I should have no resistance with one of these ones. Which one was? If I can make the contact. See, I'm not doing a proper contact, so should be this one with no resistance. But it's difficult to make the contact really well, because I need to push the secure socket over there. And now if I put two in parallel, I should have 11 ohms, something like that, because two resistors in parallel of 22 ohm, it should be 11 ohms. So should be this one, the one. And let's have a look. So I still have the same resistance, so this means one of this one doesn't make a good contact. So I think here there is no wires going good. So I need to have a look. So is this one that should goes on one of these two. So it's going to that one, and it's going to that one. So yeah, then what I have here is to check the other end, because let me try a different socket, because maybe that socket has a bit of problem. So I'm touching the metal part, and I need to touch on this one. Oh, so it's working, the socket, because I have continuity part over here. So if I touch from there to there, so why when I put the bulb in is not doing what should do? Alright, let's try now between this end to this end. See, it's not giving me the path till the end. Did I touch the metal over there? Why I can't touch the metal over there? I'm pretty sure now I'm touching the metal. So there is no path here, so I have something problem. Okay, so I can find something handy to hold that one always open over there. So this one I should have continuity with one of these two over here. So it's not this one. I can see it's this one. And this one I should have continuity on one of the pins over here. I can see it's this one, and should be one of the pins over here. I can see it's that one. And now from this side I should have continuity on the other pins. I can see this one has continuity with that one, and has continuity also with that one. So the wiring is okay. So what's problem? Doesn't make contact the bulb. Maybe this bulb is not so much good. Has something here. So maybe this bulb doesn't do a good contact. Let's have a look. I'm gonna try the same bulb in both of them. So bulb is in. So now from this point I think I should have in this point the resistance of my bulb. This one is continuously, so the other one should be, yeah, this is my bulb, 21 ohms. And if I put this bulb on this side, let's check also the other socket. This one is our bulb, so this means the sockets are okay. Let's try with the second bulb. So second bulb is in and is measuring. Now two bulbs should be just 10 ohms. This one with this one. Yeah, so now we have 10 ohms. So now our dim bulb should work how should. So to test this one, I'm gonna do something a bit non-orthodox. So please don't follow this one and don't try to do at home if you don't know what we are doing. Okay. So here we go. How I say in the beginning when I draw this one, how this one works. So as I say, if I have a short over here, so if I don't have any resistance over here, all the current should go straight away to the bulb and should lights up. So you can see I did this short over here between these two pins. So please don't do it at home if you don't know what I'm doing. So if now this one simulate as a short, if I plug this one on to the power, I should have the bulbs lights up. So 3, 2, 1, go. So you can see my dim bulb is working how should. And then if I remove the short and if I plug now, the dim bulbs, they should be off. So I'm going to plug again. So I have this one over here. 3, 2, 1, go. So they are off. So working how should. So it's not hard to build one. You just need to make sure that you are doing the right connections, because can be really confusing these dim bulbs. So yeah, please make sure follow the diagram that I draw it on the paper, and make sure that it will gonna work also for you, because this one definitely gonna help you to limit the current to broken devices, in order to try to test to see what's going on, to limit the current, to don't get too much current in the device and get smoke straight away, because the shorts lead to smoke if you keep them longer under the current. Yeah, I hope this video help out other people over there who are watching this video building a dim bulb like this one. And if you are interested in all the tools that I'm using daily in my working bench, check the links in the description down below. You're gonna maybe find something useful also for you. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like, and if you're new watching my video, please subscribe, activate notification bell to don't miss my next videos. Until the next one guys, have a good one and bye bye.